from a desire to restore the Constitution's twin structural protections. There are twin structural protections. One operates vertically. We call it federalism. It defines the relationship between our national government, the federal government of the United States, and the states and their political subdivisions, like cities, towns, and counties. The other is horizontal, and it defines the relationship between the executive branch, headed by the president, the legislative branch, where I work, Congress, and the judicial branch that interprets the laws, headed by the Supreme Court. We've drifted far since the mid to late 1930s in this country from both the vertical protection of federalism and the horizontal protection of separation of powers. We have done that as part of this effort to consolidate government power into the hands of the few. What it's done is it's taken power away from the states and localities and moved it to Washington. And then within Washington, we've taken lawmaking power, the power to set federal policy embodied in law, and hand it over to unelected, unaccountable bureaucrats, or in some cases, the president himself. All of this has inured to the benefit of the wealthy, the well-connected, the political class, but it's been harmful to everyone else. As of a few years ago, a disproportionate number of the wealthiest counties in the entire United States were suburbs of Washington, D.C. This is an area that manufactures nothing. There are no gold mines here. This is not a technological innovation hub necessarily. The money is here because the power is here, concentrated in the hands of a few elites. So to that end, I've been pushing for years a reform that I'm going to push aggressively in this Congress. A series of reforms, sometimes known under the banner of the REINS Act, that would require that anytime an executive branch regulation, in effect a law put out by an executive branch bureaucrat, for that to take effect, if the REINS Act were to be passed, it would have to first pass both houses of Congress and then be signed into law by the president. Otherwise, you're circumventing the whole process. I'm going to be pushing that over and over again. I'm going to be subdividing it out, incorporating many REINS Acts into other legislative provisions, whether we're talking about a farm bill or a general appropriations bill or something else. I want to see executive branch authority subjected to a review by Congress and to not take effect absent Congress enacting it into law.
Mm-hmm. And are you optimistic about your chances on that front? How is that battle progressing? And can you detail out a little bit more how it is that the specific changes that you're making on the legislative front would, in principle, limit the continued growth and expansion of this